Hi guys and welcome to another video on this channel. Today it's My Team Career Mode Season 1 Round 4 around Baku. It's not a really good track for me in the past games. So yeah, I don't know how that will play out, but we'll have to see. If you did miss the previous video, be sure to check this one out. It was around Australia and it was a little bit of a crazy one. We had 3 red flags without a really good reason. To be fair, without any reason at all, I think. So yeah, it was an interesting one. In the end, we finished P20, which is not a really good position. And after the 2 DNFs in the first 2 rounds, it's not making things better really. So yeah, let's hope to do something better this race weekend. But as you can see, the chassis upgrade failed, which was supposed to come in for this round. And we actually can redo it and get it in anyways. So yeah, and now we have to pick a rival. I thought about one of the AlphaTauris because it's the only car worse than us in a performance chart. So yeah, we took Nick de Vries for that. And another upgrade failed. But this one, I don't think we can redo it before Baku. No, it will come in for Imola. But we won't have it on this race weekend. And we can actually do a rear downforce upgrade, which will come in for Imola too. So yeah, let's go to the Baku race weekend and hope we can make up for the last rounds. So in the season results, you can see Verstappen won 2 races now. We DNF'd out of 2 races and finished 1 P20, and our teammate went P18 3 times, and now we are P21 and P22 in the standings. And it's actually a sprint weekend around Baku, so we have 2 opportunities to maybe even get some points. But that's not really how it went. I'm just gonna show you a crash compilation because that's basically all I did on this weekend. So you can see in the sprint, turn 15, spun it into the wall, and in the race in lap 6, yeah, we lost the rear wheel. So because it would be a really short episode, I decided to do the Imola GP as well in this video, because it would have been a 3.5 minutes video if I only did Baku. So yeah, I decided to do Imola as well to give you guys a little bit longer video, because 3.5 minutes would be really short and I don't know. So we look to upgrade the quality control at the engine side of things to actually get the powertrain department to spec 1, and we upgraded build time as well. So yeah, and for this race we're gonna have to change our first engines because the ICE started to wear out quite a bit. And yeah, Fittipaldi went on to finish in P19 at Baku, which doesn't bring him up a place in the constructors, in the driver standings. So yeah, we got an engine power upgrade, as you can see, in for this weekend, and we got some aero upgrades in. And with 1,000 R&D points, I decided to look for more upgrades, and I decided to do a major drag reduction upgrade, which will come in for Canada. So in 2 races, we will have a little bit of improvement with straight line speed, I hope, which will help us around Canada as there's much time flat out. So yeah, now we have a department event, and I decided to go for the low cost option. I hope it won't hurt us in the afterwards. But yeah, let's go to the race weekend for Imola. So now, after we skipped through practice as usual, we went to qualifying, and our first lap put us in P10, but we went out to improve that again. But the Ferrari was really close to us, and I really hope it doesn't overtake us, because it would ruin both our laps. But we're actually 1/10 down on our previous lap, and we go wide into the through the second chicane, which ruins our lap anyways. And yeah, we got a little bit in the way of the Ferrari, I think, which was not intentional, but yeah, it happened. And then in the end, we went out by 37 thousandths to Yuki Tsunoda, which is quite unfortunate. And our teammate went out through and qualified in P21. So yeah, not a good qualifying, but I hope we can make up for it in the race. And on the grid, you can see by default the car is overfueled by 2.3 laps, but we're gonna take some of the fuel out of it because it makes the car just way too heavy. And we're gonna do a 2-stop. The options are 2 sets of medium with either 1 set of softs or 1 set of hards. We will of course go for the soft tire strategy because I think it's just quicker, and I don't really like a stint on hards that's around the same length as a stint on softs would be. So yeah. And now we're trying to get the parking right, which is a little bit of a struggle often, and right now it is too. So now the lights go on, and they stay on for a long time, and we don't get a good getaway. We lose the position to Albon and Sargent, no, not Sargent, Piastri, but Sargent too. So we lost 3 positions before turn 1. So yeah, not a good start to the race. I don't know why we were so slow off the 5 red lights, but we really need to improve our starts. And now Fittipaldi goes down our inside, which doesn't really help us, and De Vries tries to get through as well, and he stays side by side with us, and as we get to the corner we can't keep it around the outside, and we're in P22. So yeah, we have to make up a lot of ground if we want to get even close to a good finish position. And we try to stay with them, which should not be too hard, but we will see. And then a big screen freeze again. I don't know if you guys can actually see the screen freezes, but it's really annoying when you have a screen freeze going into a turn or while being in a turn. It's, I don't know, it's really hard to drive around that. And then onto lap 2 we overtake the freeze through turn 1, and I hope we can stay ahead of him. And then onto lap 7 we were in a DRS train for quite some laps, and we got a little bit impatient, and I wanted to make a move on my teammate, went over the curb and hit him, and then lost control of the car. So now we're trailing the car ahead by 8.5 seconds. But then on lap 17 we caught up to Fittipaldi again, and Piastri, who actually pitted before us, is 6.5 seconds behind us. And then Fittipaldi goes into the pits, and I hope I can overcut him because it would really help us. And then on lap 21 we go into the pits, actually very careful again. Like I said in the last video, I'm going either way too slow into the pits or I'm going too fast and get a penalty for speeding. I really need to improve on that. But then we get a 2.4 second stop, which doesn't stop Fittipaldi from overtaking us again, and we actually lost time on the overcut against, to be fair, soft tires on Fittipaldi's car, which were much newer than our mediums. So yeah, on lap 33 we caught him again because his soft tires were getting older and slower compared to our mediums. And then with DRS we get past him easily, and the next car ahead is De Vries, but he's 13 seconds away, so I don't really think we can catch him. And then on lap 46 we actually pulled a pit stop ahead of Fittipaldi, but I think he already pitted before us, so I hope we can get ahead of him. And again, a perfect turn in, but actually we had a problem in the pit stop, so we had a slow stop and Fittipaldi went ahead of us by miles again. So we're gonna have to really push to get close to him. And it's a 9.5 seconds gap, actually 10 seconds gap to him, which is not good, but we are on the softer tire and we caught it up to him. And then in the chicane I tried to go for a move but thought better of it. I probably could have dive bombed him, but it would have been very stupid to do that, because it would probably have damaged both cars. So it would not really have been worth it, especially because we got the DRS now and we can easily get past him. And actually there's a car who lapped us in the way and we overtook him, and we needed to create a gap fast because otherwise we would have gotten blue flags. And then on lap 54 we pulled a gap 16 seconds to Fittipaldi, but then we spun on the chicane, and while trying to rejoin I hit the wall and damaged my front wing, and the Alpine who lapped us, actually Ocon was it, hit us again. So now our front wing is completely off and we're gonna have to pit again 9 laps before the end of the race. I think for us it's around 8 laps before the end of the race, because we got lapped I think 1 or 2 times and Ocon had to go into the pits as well. I'm sorry for that. I didn't mean to hit him. I just didn't see him when I rejoined. And now we're gonna go out of the pits, and probably in 8 laps or 7 laps or what it will be, we don't really have a chance to catch up to Fittipaldi, who's half a minute ahead. Unless there's a safety car, I don't really see a chance to get closer to him or close enough to make a move. But actually on lap 58, okay, no, that wasn't Fittipaldi, it was Williams, but we had 12.5 seconds on lap 58, and then only 3 laps later we caught up 10 seconds to him. But I think this lap is the last one for us, because we got lapped twice by the leaders. So we have 1 lap to close 2.5 seconds and overtake him. And this is not going to be easy. And through the hairpin we go. We have caught up 7/10, and we're gaining through the uphill section into the fast left-hander. We are 1.5 seconds behind Fittipaldi now, and we're still gaining. And now sector 3 is my strongest part of the track, and we are in DRS right now. Through the chicane we gained 3/10 through the chicane alone, and now we're half a second behind So we closed a 30-second gap to him in around 6 laps. I think at one point we were 8 seconds faster than him. And then at the pit straight, we can't quite pull it off to overtake him. So we finish last again. In the end, Mercedes got a 1-2 and Leclerc got P3. But I'm kind of annoyed by our result because our fastest lap was a 19.4 and Hamilton's fastest lap was a 19.4 as well. So we were on pace with the fastest car. But we finished in P21 anyways. And in the Constructors' Championship, we are still P11 with 0 points, which is not really helping us achieving the sponsor goal to get 8 in the Constructors. But we have 11 races left. We will see what we can do in the next races. And I hope we can do better than today. Especially Baku was quite a horrible one. And I hope we can do better in the next races. See you guys next time. Goodbye.